we're here. Oh God, I regret this, if I'm being completely honest. I am so tired and so stressed. I'm literally breaking out. Like, I was at here, I was at my eyebrow. And then I honestly think it's because I have my first PhD application due tomorrow. How crazy is that? I literally just applied to the University of Texas, Austin. They have a pretty backward system in which you have to kind of go through Apply Texas and then fill out like I guess an overall application and like put in your payment. And now I have to wait a couple of days, I guess, for the University of Austin, Texas to reach out to me, confirm they got my payment, and then allow me to submit my supplementary documents, which is basically like my writing sample, my letters of recommendations that still haven't been sent out, so hopefully they get sent out now, my personal statement, research statement, and I think that's it. Let me check the checklist. Transcripts. Okay, wow, that is crazy. So tomorrow, I guess I have a rough draft for my research statement. I'm going to just finish that up. I have not even started a personal statement, so I guess I'll write that tomorrow too. Send an email on Monday to all of my letters of rec just to ensure that they got the email, just to make sure that they can submit my application. And yeah, I have 5 days to do this. This is crazy. This is so crazy. Wait, I want to show you guys. Congratulations, you have officially submitted. Oh my God, I really can't believe this is happening. I can't believe I'm doing this. Wow. I need to film a PhD update, so hopefully that's the next thing you see. Yeah, let's talk about these PhD applications. All right, so it is now November 25th, and I have been doing literally the most when it comes to these applications. I wanted to go over some resources that were available first, so this could hopefully be useful to you. If not now during this round, maybe next year or whenever you do decide to apply to a clinical psych PhD or a PsyD program. So one of the first resources I used that I was really excited about was the Harvard P-Prep program. And so the Harvard P-Prep, anyway, the Harvard program is for underrepresented communities and minorities to kind of help get them ready for the PhD application cycle or to get a job at a lab. So whatever kind of route you want to take, that's what the P-Prep program is for. And it was really honestly like super great, so informative. The slides and resources are actually still on the Harvard website now, so like even if you weren't able to attend, the sessions weren't recorded. In fact, I actually do think I have some footage from the session, so I'll insert those now. So the sessions were not recorded, but the slides and everything are still available on the website. So if you want just additional information like what should be in your personal statement versus your research statement, and how should you explain your journey, and how should you explain your match to a certain PI or primary investigator. There's a lot of great resources about that, and then also resources about funding and like different fellowships that you can apply for outside of just getting funding from your university. So all of that was super helpful, and I highly recommend. Additionally, another resource I used was the Getting Ready for Clinical PsyD or PhD. I forget what the website is, but essentially they have monthly meetings starting in like June. And every month you just meet with someone, or you guys all meet in a group, and there's like 3 women that lead it. It formerly was just for people who are interested in getting PhDs in eating disorders, but they kind of opened it up to just like everyone. And they just go over like a different aspect of the application each month, and it really helps for you to kind of like keep track of time, because like in order to have someone in the network review either your CV or your personal statement, you have to have it done in time to submit it for them to review. So unfortunately, I did not have it done in time, but someone from the Harvard P-Prep program did take the time to read over it. So I had someone from the Harvard P-Prep program review my application, and they gave me really great feedback. So I really enjoyed that aspect of the process. Then, in addition, because I had missed the clinical psych deadline for that, I actually, through my job at the Dean Hope Center, I met a lot of graduate students, a lot of PhD students at Columbia University. And ironically enough, the SMBI program, the program I'm in, the Spirituality Mind Body Institute at Columbia University, our advisors aren't as involved as the clinical psychology MA, like without the concentration. There's a lot of things going on in Columbia. I'm not really sure the difference, but their advisors over there are actually really involved in like helping getting them set up for PhD programs, versus my advisors, they're not as involved to help like read things or write things or kind of help you in that matter. But because I worked at the Dean Hope Center and knew the advisors of the other psychology programs, they were like, oh yeah, like I do this for all the students that I mentor. Like if no one is offering, like I would love to, you can use me and have me as a pair of eyes. So I sent my stuff over to her. She reviewed it, and I'm so happy because she went into so much more detail than my Harvard P-Prep person did. Like, I think they had really great, really valuable feedback, but just talking to her, I just feel like she put a lot more time and effort into like the feedback and the notes and everything that she wrote. So I'm really appreciative of her for that, but I still have edits that I need to do, and it's getting really, really, really stressful. I'm not gonna lie, I'm so stressed, and like all the applications are due basically now in 5 days. I am so thankful that I had that one application due the 15th, because I truly think I would be so much further behind if I didn't have to get something together to submit something on the 15th. Also, like one thing I would highly recommend, I feel like this is boring because I've just been sitting here the whole time. Let's switch it up a little bit. One thing I would also highly, highly, highly recommend is just, wow, I forgot. Oh my God, I hate when I do that. Wow, oh my God, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, okay, so one thing I highly, highly, highly recommend is just like using the resources that you have available to you, and maybe you didn't get into the Harvard Pre-Prep program, or maybe you don't have like an academic advisor who would be willing to put eyeballs in your paper. The chances are you definitely have a writing center on your campus. If you're in a master's program right now or in an undergrad degree program right now, like use your writing center, use your friends, like just ask people to take a second look at your writing, because it's just gonna help so much. And you don't have to take everyone's opinion into heart, but you can take some of them, and I guarantee you it's going to make your paper so much better. So I highly recommend that. Oh, this is the other thing I was going to say. I also really recommend asking more than 3 people for letters of recommendation. One, because I have a brilliant, amazing, so thoughtful, so intentional, like I really love this professor, but they have been insistent on writing different letters of recommendation for each program, and I just don't want her to do that much work, but they insist. And so managing that has been a little bit stressful for me. So I almost wish that like I would have asked a 4th, a 5th person, so I wouldn't have to have my recommenders each submitting 7 different times to all the different schools I was applying to. Like I wish I would have asked like 4 people, and so they would only have to do like 3 or like 2 each. But that's something that you learn in hindsight and something I will be doing moving forward. It's also really good to look at like what universities your recommenders went to, because I was like, oh my God, like I should have asked this woman who graduated from Stanford to write my letter of recommendation to Stanford. Like, duh, like that's a no-brainer. That makes perfect sense. Why didn't I think about that before? So if you can find stuff like that, like I would highly recommend. Like, so if you know someone in your network who's an alma mater of the university you're applying to, like have them recommend you to the program. Yeah, other than that, I would say the PhD application process, the PsyD application process is really stressful, and all I'm doing right now is trying to get my essays in a good enough condition to send. I truly do not think I'm gonna get even an interview for the University of Texas, Austin, because that application was, it was something, and it was complete, but was it the best work? No. And I'm really happy that Harvard's deadline was extended. I don't know when that happened, until December 15th, so I feel like that's probably gonna be the best application that I'm putting forward, but yeah. Also, like one of my recommenders, they use like they don't use their university address, they use a personal one, and so I've been noticing that a lot of the applications say like additional verification required if they don't use the university email address. But I was like, either we use the email address they use, or we use the Columbia one and they won't see it. So you have to kind of pick and choose your battles, and if I have any issues with that, I'll let you guys know in a future video. But yeah, right now I've just been like honestly really stressed out about the whole thing. I was like kind of dating someone during this process, and I was just like, I truly don't have time for this. Like I was trying to hang out with them, and I was just like, oh my God, like this just is not conducive to like me achieving my dreams right now. Like, of course I want to be in a relationship and fall in love and get married and all that stuff, but like I need to finish these applications. I was just like, I can't, like especially when like I don't know. So that kind of went to the wayside, and I feel bad because I didn't even really say anything. I was just like, I don't know. Sometimes I don't say anything, I just kind of ghost. It's not the best quality I have. And you know what? Do we even really need to talk about this? This is not that kind of video. Yeah, so that's everything about my PhD application process. I am very much looking forward to being on the other side of this and then starting Vlogmas and just like, you know, having one less thing to do on my plate and just like waiting until February to see if I get any interviews. But I'll keep you posted. I hope the resources I shared in this video were helpful. I'll probably leave more resources below. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. So when you're actually applying to a lot of the universities, they'll mention like the programs that they have available in the application. So I highly would recommend to start the application early so you can kind of look at those programs they have and try to enroll in as many of them as possible. Vanderbilt had something like that. I'm trying to think what other colleges. I don't really remember. I know Vanderbilt definitely had a lot of programs, like a graduate program, like to help people and just stuff like that. So definitely apply early if you can. Don't be like me, waiting and crunching everything into the last 5 days. But I love you guys, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Please leave me a comment below if you are in a PhD program or are trying to get into a PhD program. I would love to talk to you about your journey. And if you're also a YouTuber who like does graduate student vlogs and stuff, definitely leave a comment below because I want to support other women in graduate programs. So I would love to check out your channel. That is basically everything for me. So I'm playing with this leaf now. I don't even know, where did I get this? I'm going to love ya and leave ya. Make sure you subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.